Good day. Happy Sunday to you. I see that there's already some hype in the chat. Claire hype. What's up, M Peoples? What's up, Claire? Hope y'all are doing well today. I'm ecstatic about today's room. Hello, hello. I've got some coffee. Help stay awake. It's 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. where I am. It's been a great weekend. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it's been a great weekend. It's been kind of wild. Shucks Expo, Shut Up and Sit Down. Thank you. My friend got me this from Disney when they went and they saw it and thought of me. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Yeah, Aw Shucks is happening. It's the virtual Shucks, Shut Up, Sit Down convention. And so they've had a virtual convention, Aw Shucks, and I've been over at Cody's, owner of Twin City Games, streaming Animals and Espionage over the weekend. So we did that on Friday night and Saturday afternoon. So that was fun. He got us a new streaming setup at his place there. Got to play a lot of that game. It was good. We played round after round. It was getting pretty competitive. So we had a good go. It was good. How's your weekend? How's everyone else's weekend going? Get to do anything fun? We have our game command here. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, that's right. We have our characters here to join in. We'll get going here in just a few minutes. I've got a game to talk about. Game of the week. Maybe it's not characters. Let me do rules. That's it. Here we go. Then we can get a count for how many people are playing, and then we can set our community goal. Oh, it's not an S, it's just character. Here we go. It was so fun on Thursday night. There was someone who joined in all the way from Australia. That was so cool. That was a lot of fun to have that happen. We have a good crew here today. This story is pretty absurd for room 6 with the imps. A lot of craziness. A lot of craziness going on. Sunday crew hype. Playing Wizard Jeff over there. Rocking it with the wizard. I loved the gnomes last week. All the special names of gnomes. That was a lot of fun. We have some silly imps this week with some silly sound effects for today's goal. Oh no. Clicking the wrong thing. There's Wim. Hello, friend. Oh, that's right. I did look at the wall. Let me do it. Here we go. Yes. Room 5 with all the names was silly. We have some silliness in room 6. I yesterday and today I've been working some on. Hope you're having a good day, Wim. I was working some on room 9, which is an ice room from the picture. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Some surprises along the way. It's been a good weekend. It's been a full weekend. Have y'all got to play any new games lately? Hey, Jojo. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks, Claire. All right, we've got Claire's in. I'm in. Our goal is it's 6 per person tonight for our goal. These cute little imps. You're so cute. Look at these little guys. Yep. Printing. You're good. We'll wait up, Wim. You're good. You're good. You're good. No rush. I was super fascinated by these virtual conventions. And I think there's a lot of people that are streaming right now too. I think there was a Tabletop Live Network also this weekend. Lots of streamers along the way. Hello, 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 Chantel. I thought that the chat changed and got even better. I didn't think it was possible. And then Chantel shows up. Ooh, finished the first scenario of Lord of the Rings for the second time this morning. Is that the miniatures one? Like the, what is it? Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle Earth? That's cooperative. Or did you play the card game? I love the card game. I played a good bit of that. I haven't got a chance to play the board game yet. It looks great. Cool that the app kind of runs it. Cool. Yeah, I love those minis. Look sweet. I got into painting several years ago when Imperial Assault came out. Star Wars Imperial Assault. Got into painting those, and if you haven't watched it before, Sorastro, S-O-R-A-S-T-R-O, Sorastro. He's one of the best painters to help educate and teach how to paint. I didn't know anything about mini painting, and I watched his videos, and I feel like I learned a good bit, the basics. Got into it. So it was interesting, this Aw Shucks Expo that's happening this weekend. It's all virtual, and it's been really cool to see how folks have adapted to a virtual convention. So, like Cody over at his place, he has it so it's like Discord channels, and that is like reenacting going up to a booth, a table at a convention, like in the exhibition hall. And so you enter the Discord channel, which is like walking up to the booth. And that is, and then you enter it, and then you just talk to the person who's just sitting there in the Discord channel. Hey, tell me about this game. And then they have their Twitch channel, so then you watch them. They can demo the game for you. And Cody was even demoing the game and just manipulating the cards for the person in the Discord chat to demo it for them. It was so cool. It was so cool. Jojo, yesterday I lent out my copy of Jaws of the Lion. All right, they might get painted. There you go. That's the way to do it. Oh yeah, I should show you some sometime. That's it. I know. Puppy's just wild. Wild puppy. She's been so wild these days. I should show you. I can show you a picture. I don't know if that would work. How would I do that? Let me try. That'd be fun. Maybe I have one on my phone. She's growing fast. We got her a couple weeks ago. Especially since we're trying to rescue a dog here. It makes sense. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Let me send this to my MacBook here. And then maybe I could just pull it up. Monitor confusion. I think I can do this. And regret it. Yeah, here it is. This is just from the other day. Her name is Lily. And we love her. Let me see. Oh yeah. It'll be like super big when I put it up. Oh no. Man, it's the wrong format. Here, let me see if I can resave it. Well, give me a sec. Someone's joining in. Who is this? Oh no, I'm going to break it. If the stream goes down, I'm sorry. Can y'all still hear me? Here we go. Export. Thanks for your patience here. Okay. Here we go. Now it's going to work. You're going to get to see a picture of this puppy. Not as good as the real thing. I know. Well, maybe. Where is it? There it is. Hey, Time Roller joined in. Hello. All right, here we go. Can y'all see it? Oh my gosh. Okay. The drama. Here's my pup. Here's my little Lily girl. She's all sweet until she's not sweet. Here she is. Look at this puppy. Look at that puppy. She's a great little snuggler. Yeah, she is a boxador, so a boxer and a Labrador retriever. Our previous dog, Bella, who died in November, she was a boxer. We love boxers. This is sweet. This is sweet Lily. Hello, who's joining in here? Oh, sorry, I'm just seeing it. By the way, I watched back only for the first 10 minutes of your stream last Thursday just to watch your reaction. Very good. Whim. Now wondering, is my Strength 9 warrior will ever benefit from being that strong? I would love your thoughts on that. You know, it's been a really, the character sheets I think need the most tweaking. I think it has the most potential, but needs some work. So I'd love any of your thoughts on that. Whoops. We'll always wait for puppies. Very good. Excellent, excellent. You can still hear me. That's right. Thanks, Peebles. So selfish plug over here. If you are on Board Game Geek, if you are into voting for the Golden Geek Award that happens every year, one of my roll and writes got nominated. To the very generous folks that rallied to nominate it, thank you. And if you want to go vote for it, you can do that for it to try to win. I'm already pretty over the moon excited. So that was a great surprise. Hey, I'm glad you're watching it on Meeple Grande. That's so great. That's it. Yeah, they're so great. I've been watching their replays. All right, help me out. Who's playing? Can we try to get a count for who's playing? Yeah, Chantel's asking about the bone hype. How are people doing with their different bones? That's good, Wim. Yeah. Very cool. All right. We have Wim, Mark, 2 Vargas. We've got a Claire. We got me, that's 6. And Jojo, we've got 7 so far. Time Roller, are you playing? It's okay if you want to hang out and just, if you've got other stuff to do too, if you want to lurk. But if you're playing, we want to include you and make sure that we have the right number. So that's 7, is that right? All right, Sweet Lily hype. Let me move this. Bye-bye, Lily. Have a good nap. She's not having a nap. She's downstairs destroying things. She really is a wild. She's a puppy. She's full-on puppy. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Wim. It's all good. All right, so let me go to the table real quick and just edit our community goal. So we should have 42 as our goal, I believe. Is that right? 7 times 6. All right. And then let me change it in the Nightbot settings really quick. And then I want to talk about a game, and then we are going to jump right in, explain this room. This room is a faster room. It's a simpler room also. Simple's not always bad. Okay, 42, right? Okay. Happy day. I've been looking forward to today. When I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, it's Sunday. And then I was like, oh, it's Sunday. Cheers. I know, I didn't mean to so flippantly throw off that, oh yeah, we have a Claire. We have a Claire here. No, 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 no. We have the Claire. This is it. This is the one. Did y'all hear about that wild, all these folks with the same name? Was it the Johns or the Steves? I can't remember the name. But they all gathered in one place with pool noodles. Those like big foam noodles for a fake fight and battle to crown one of them the best. It's like this thing that just happened yesterday and has gone viral. So there may be many other Claires. There's only one that we care about here, right? I gotta look it up. Y'all will know what I'm talking about. It's one of those like it's the Joshes. Dozens of Joshes battled in a field to determine the one true Josh. That's it. This room does have a nod to paleontologists with the shapes. So I do love pentominoes, the 5-shaped ones. I especially like them because there are 12 of them. And so it's perfect for a 6-sided die that you can have 2 for each one and have every shape represented. That's why I like that one. I like the tetra shapes a lot too. The 4-sided, the 4-block shapes. But yeah, it's actually, I think I moved just a couple of them around, but it's all the same shapes. There can be only one. Someone had a bracket even, like where you would put the different teams. It just said Josh, 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 Josh. And then the next line, that one of them be the other, and it just said Josh, 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 Josh. And down to just the Josh winning. And it just is so funny. I hope a Josh wins. I hope Josh wins. I'm rooting for Josh. And then the winner was a 5-year-old Josh. And he had this big old smile. They interviewed him. It's so, that's one of those things you're like, the internet. That's one of the good things. Well, let me talk really quick about our game of the week. We've been featuring several different roll and writes along the way here. And I wanted to feature one that is a unique roll and write as it uses cards that you actually write on. It's called Silver and Gold. Have you heard of this one? Have you played this one? Silver and Gold from Pandasaurus Games. And this is a nice little box, so it's a great take it on the go kind of roll and write game. And it only comes, it doesn't have like a sheet, pieces of paper that you write on. It doesn't have like a dry erase sheet. What it has is a bunch of cards, a deck of cards and dry erase markers. And so each player gets one of these, and then there's a deck that has different shapes, talking about polyominoes. And those are the different shapes that show up that you're going to be drawing on your maps that you have. And there's kind of a unique drafting mechanic that you are collecting these different maps that you have out in front of you. And I think you have 2 out at one time, and you're trying to completely fill the map with X's. And then if you see in the corner, there are different point values, and there's also, you get bonuses if you are collecting a certain type of color, and they kind of cross paths that way. There are different coins you can earn. And then there's even, oh yeah, this is what is out in play for everybody. So you're trying, or no, this is just for you. And so it's played over several rounds. One of the neat things I like about it, but it has these different palm trees that are on a map. That's really one of the last mechanics. And when you X the palm tree, you check how many palm trees are face up on your cards and cards in the middle, that where you draft from. You score that many. So it's kind of this, when is the right time to score a palm tree? It's great. I like that it's cards. I think that's the first game I've played that it's all cards that you're drawing on. And I think that's a design space that is not used enough. So Silver and Gold did it great. It's nice, it's simple, it's got enough to it that you really feel like your decisions matter. But also it's not too it's not a really heavy game. So it'd be a great game to, like, go to a coffee shop when things are safer, and play with a buddy, play with a friend, a partner. But silver and gold, it's great. It's a lot in this little box to play. So, game of the week, a silver and gold. All right, that's my feature. Peebles like silver and gold. Claire put $50. Well, good news, you won, Claire. And Claire says, another game that I like but am not particularly good at. All right, you all have some great clothes you're rocking today. Way to be. All right, well, let's do this. We're going to watch a quick video, and then we're going to jump in and do some rules explanation for Dice in the Darkness. I'll see you on the other side. Dramatic roll. Dear friends, gather around. Are you ready for the story? For room 6, Imp Imposters. If you remember, we're leaving our gnome village where we were the mayor, and we got a sweet little gnome hug from all those cute little gnomes. And as we were leaving, we heard one gnome yell, "Look out for those pesky little imps." Okay. Those pesky imps. You wonder what those ominous last words from the gnomes mean. With each step deeper down the secret passage, you start to hear wild noises, as if there is a party or a celebration in the next room. You step into a cylindrical room with a tall ceiling and 6 doors around the room. Why this is the first thing described is silly, because what actually catches your attention is 6 wild imps flying all around the room. They are bouncing off walls, giggling, yelling, yipping, and yakking. They do not seem alarmed at your entrance, but rather excited to have a guest in their presence. The imps start speaking in turn, one at a time. "Well, looky here, we have a guest. They must be on a quest. I hope they are not a pest. Shall we put them to the test?" Oh no, rhyming. It's going to be one of those things. You shout to the imps, "I'm looking for my lost dog." The imps continue flying chaotically and yelling back at you. "Did you lose it in a bog? Did you lose it on a jog? One time I saw a frog." To get anywhere in this conversation, you're going to need to say something that doesn't have such easy rhymes. You have an idea. "My dog is little, cute, and the color orange." The imps all stop. Their tiny wings continue flapping, but their faces contort as they are unable to come up with a good rhyme for orange. "It's true, you may have stumped us, and so now we can discuss that one among us is sus. Ask each of us questions to give you a clue to solve the riddle of which imps are true. That is the door that your dog went through." Bum, bum, bum. All right, let's go to the table here, friends. As we look at this room. Oh, I'm just seeing it. Here we go. What's the frown? I missed the command frown. Are you okay? Chantel called the orange. She was tuning in last time too. She knew it before I even said it. So if you are I think everyone here has played, but if you are joining in and you haven't played Dice in the Darkness before, grab a character sheet. You choose a warrior, a rogue, or the wizard. And go ahead and catch yourself up. If you just want to give yourself 4 in each one of these, and then those will be your skill tree points. And so for each one of those you'll mark your skill tree. There are other videos that have talked about that before. Oh, the imps were frowning at having no rhyme. That's it. They were. They were not into it. So I have 2 special uses for this room, so I need to make sure I mark that. Let me go ahead and do so. All right. Here we go. And I am aim. I am a warrior. There's something under here. Everything okay? Here we go. All right, let me talk about what is going on in this room, and then we will jump into playing. So this room is played over 18 rounds, and the theme of this room is we are interviewing these imps. And so with 1 die, we're going to choose a shape. With the other die, you're going to choose an imp to interview. And the shapes, very abstractly, represent kind of like your questioning, your interview, the way you're weaving in this conversation to get the information of where your dog went. Because one of these imps knows is an imposter. So, also, if you look over here at shapes, when you choose a number, right, if I choose 4, I would choose either this shape or this shape, and I would draw that shape on the imp that has the other die. So I could choose this shape or this shape to draw in the 2 for that. Or I could put the 2 here and the 4 here, so I could choose this shape or this shape, and then I would draw that in imp 4. So those are kind of your choices, what you have. So with all these shapes, they're all the pentomino shapes. There's all 12 there. Also, if you look down here at the very bottom one, there's a hashtag, a number sign. And that is, at any point, say you get a number and you don't like the shape that you have, you can always choose, instead of that shape, a 1 block or a 2 block. Very good. The Love Meeples is here. That's not true. Chantel loves Rockster. Did you find the bone? Where's that bone? It's hiding. Timpy knows where it is. We've got Zimpy, Dimpy, Mimpy, Blimpy, Timpy, and Nimpy over here. These imps are causing us some trouble. This room also has diverting stories for the imp. Depending on how you play, you will get a different story. So, if that impacts your gameplay, may it be so. Let me talk about what each imp does, and then it'll make a little more sense, and then I'll get to the bonuses, okay? So let's look at imp 1, Zimpy, good old Zimpy. Now this is the only imp that cares about, that is a requirement of starting your shape in a certain location. All other 5 imps, you can place your shape anywhere you want. But for Zimpy, you're trying to traverse around this and make it to the other X. So you have to connect to a previous X. Also, let me say this. Everything in this room cares about orthogonally connected, up, down, left, and right. So if it's a diagonal, it's not connected. So this is saying you're trying to connect X's, and you start at the left X. You start here. And so let's say I had a 1, let's say I had a 2. So I could do one of these shapes. That long shape is pretty sweet, so I could do X, 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 X. So we started outlining actually, and then marking X's for each block in that. And so this one you're just trying to get to the next area and get to the next area and then connect. If you look over here, you get points for doing those. So if I entered area 1, if I had marked an X, at least one X right here, this is the next area, you get 3 points. If I had entered area 2, I would get 7 points. If I actually connected the first X with the last X, I would get 12 points. So that's the goal for this imp. If you notice also, each imp has 2 of these question marks. Let me zoom in a little bit. Each imp has these 2 question marks, and those represent a bonus. When you draw over one of those, you gain a bonus immediately. So you come down to the bonus area, and you get to circle one of these 3 bonuses to be used on a future turn. So when you gain it, you circle it. When you spend it on a future turn, you would mark it out to show that you've spent it. So you get a one-time use for each of those bonuses. There's 4 of each bonus. If you want more of that, tough beans. This is the imp room. There's only 4 of each. All right, so no broken strategies. Nice try. All right, we're looking at imp 2. Any questions for imp 1? Dimpy. Dimpy's kind of fun. The way you're interviewing him or her, I guess I don't know, the way that you're interviewing them is you're trying to get 2 X's in each column. Once you have at least 2 X's in a column, I know, all of a sudden, I'm getting tough on you now. What if I made a drastic turn? After room 6, room 7, it's just brutal. It's like, you play some video games, what is it, like Dark Souls or something like that? It's like so hard. It's not friendly anymore. Or it was like really graphic, like, oh man, that would be bad. Don't worry, it's friendly here. You're trying to fill in a column with at least 2 X's. So I could have an X down here and an X up here, and that counts. The little circles down here are to fill in, too much pressure, are to fill in to indicate that you have completed that column. It needs 2 or more. So if you get 3 or 4, rock on, that's great. But a lot of this room, I'm talking strategy already, a lot of this room, you'll be able to fulfill a lot of the things, it's just doing it the most efficient way to get the most points. That's not super profound, that's like every game, right? So let's say a good shape for number 2 is this W down here. One of my favorite shapes. Look at this shape here. Let's say I have this and this. I could draw that W anywhere on here, and as I draw it, it would actually complete 2 areas because it would have 2 and then 2, and then it would have 1 left over for a future turn. Again, if you draw over any question marks, you get the bonus. Is Claire a video game pro? That's awesome. You get those bonuses. Also, I could start over here and then place my next one over here. They don't have to be connected in any way, shape, or form. That's Dimpy. As you fill the columns, you get points. 3 columns, 6 columns, or 8 columns. What's up, Mimpy? This imp, you're trying to surround each black square orthogonally. So if I fill this space, this space, this space, and this space, I fill in this little dot, and that indicates that I have surrounded that black square, and I will mark an X here, and you're trying to do that for all 3. A really good shape for this one is, you'll never guess, that cool little U over here, or the C, however you want to call it, this shape, because it wraps right around. You can fill 3 spaces with that. It's pretty cool. So that's Mimpy. Any questions about that? We've got Blimpy and Timpy down here. Blimpy and Timpy are very similar. Claire says, room 7, every time you're indecisive about which dice to use, you lose a bone. When you're out of bones, you lose health, and no health is true character death. Ah! Oh my gosh, that would be tough. Can you use the dot as one of your squares in your shape? Chantel, good question. The black, that's a great question. Let me make sure that's clear in the rules here. Yep, I did say it there. You cannot place the shape over the black square. Okay? So say like this shape here, that like 6, you know this guy? Like the P or the lowercase d or the 6, whatever you think it is. You cannot place that, like over the black square. So you'd have to place it in a way that really wouldn't work very well for this spot. Yeah, answer question? Cool. So 4 and 5 are very similar. You're trying to fill the gray area. You see up here the gray area? That tells you where to put them. Oh, it is the Facebook like button. Bing! Lots of those shapes. So this one you're trying to fill the inner area, which is a 4x4 grid, and it's checking how many squares you fill in. As you fill them in, you get more points. 9 squares, 3 points. 13 squares, 7 points. If you fill all 16, which is kind of hard to do because you really got to think spatially just right, you get 12 points. All right, room 5, or Timpy for 5 is similar. You're trying to fill the outer. My favorite shape for this one is that rockin', that like long Tetris one that I always think of, because you can fill a whole wall. It's tough though because the way you fit it together. Also, if you notice what's in the middle, boom, the bone. You want the bone, you gotta spend a shape to get to the middle there. It's kind of interesting. We have bonuses there as well. The last one, Nimpy. Think like circuitry for this one. You're trying to connect dots, and as you connect the dots, you score more points. So if you're able to connect, like in circuitry, like make energy flow between them, 2 dots. So if I just had these 2, I would get 3 points. And you can start anywhere too. If you're able to connect 4 dots in one complete circuit, 7 points. If you're able to connect all 6 dots, it's 12 points. Now, this is a little different, like if you played Catan, you know, like the longest road thing, you can't like repeat a road in the longest road. You have to do a continuous without repeat. This is different. Like I could have everything coming off this middle dot and have one line stretched down to here, a line stretched up to here, a line stretched over to here, a line stretched down to here. That counts as long as it's like electricity is going to each one. Cool. We good? Eyebrows. Let's look at our bonuses. Ever played Paleontologist? Let me tell you about it. This is very similar to the Paleontologist. This bonus lets you choose any shape, and it replaces the die that you would be using for a shape, and instead it lets you choose any one of the shapes. Never heard of it. This one is similar. You get to choose any imp. So it replaces the die that you would use for the imp and lets you choose any imp instead. This last one's my favorite bonus. I like it a lot. It lets you add an extra X to a shape as you're placing it right then. So it turns your pentomino into a 6-sided, a 6 shape polyomino. I don't know what it's called. Paleontologist. I know. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. You can literally watch my ego grow on the stream. Here it goes. Here it goes. Must be good. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. So this lets you add an extra X connected to that shape orthogonally as you're placing it. Because a lot of these require, it doesn't fit just 3 shapes right away, right? It takes a couple shapes. And that one extra square might really put you over the top to do it. Love me. I was playing a game recently and thought of you. Thank you. Hey, they got their icons from Game Icons. I can't remember the game. That's all right. It's funny. Game Icons is great. It's so great. All the icons they have, they're free resource. They're still having that stuff. How did I scream? What did I do, JoJo? What did I do? Oh, when I realized it. That's funny. Yeah, Steph shared that I was nominated and I didn't know yet. I should watch it and see the real life reaction. Who knows how I reacted. All right. Any questions? That's the game. Don't forget your bonuses. Not a battle room. So you don't get any of your battle stuff, but you get your other. You get to use your power-up abilities. Good. Yeah. Whenever I see the different, you recognize them too. You know, guys in my design group, they use game icons too. And then you just see the icon. You're like, I know that icon. I've looked at that icon. I've used that item. Chantel wins the award for remembering setup. We have a setup here. And I'm curious of your reaction to this setup. So here we go. Check your bonuses. check your strength, your dexterity, and your intelligence. For each one that you have at least 4 X's in. Thanks, Claire. For each one that you have at least 4 X's in, gain the corresponding bonuses. If you have at least 4 X's in strength, mark 1 X in an empty square in the 5 or 6 imp. So that's me. I get to do one of those. And it's saying empty space. Do you know why it's saying that? I can't just mark an X and get the bone. I can't just mark an X and gain the bonus. So in any empty space, you can do it in the filled in gray area, but in an empty space. I think I might start on this circuit. I'm going to mark an X here. Cool? You have 8 in 1. Well done, Wim. You're the champion. Yeah, so this is the weird thing of, in a first playthrough, you want this experience to feel really good, that you have upgraded something and you're being rewarded for upgrading something appropriately. You don't want to feel blindsided, and you don't want to feel like your decisions don't matter. So, that being said, if you don't feel good about it, I want to know, because I want it to feel good. Because I have 6 right here. That's the only one I get a bonus for. And so I want it to be kind of a mixture of like, and that the bonuses aren't like game bending, that if you don't get the bonus that you feel like, why am I even playing this? You know what I'm saying? But enough that it's like, oh, that's nice. I like that. All right. For dexterity, if you have at least 4 X's in dexterity, there's our 8, 1, 1. You are you're a warrior. You're like, that's like classic warrior right there. That's the way I like to play D&D. I was a dwarf bard one time. I got killed. Jojo, do you have 444? Jojo's next level in it. Jojo's a very well-rounded character, a good person to have in your party. That's right. See, Claire? Yeah, you'll rock the next battle room. And Jojo's playing very balanced. Anyways, my dwarf bard, I loved him. I worked so hard on him. His name was Grizzly. And he had a tambourine that was his death weapon. He would throw his tambourine as a weapon. And he would sing and play. I loved it. Being a bard was so fun. And then we had a paladin in our group. You know what paladin's supposed to do? Heal you. It was his first time playing D&D. And, you know, I'm laughing about this. This is funny. And I got downed. And it came around to me. I missed my saving throw. And it's his turn. It's like, what are you going to do? And he's like, I'm going to attack the goblins. Okay. Comes back to me. I roll. I'm getting ready to die. I miss again. Goes back to him. It's like, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm going to light my sword on fire and attack these goblins. It's like, and then I roll and I'm dead. It was it. I was gone. I was sad because Grizzly had more story to tell. His tambourine, you know, where did it come from? Why is he using it as a weapon of destruction? He had many more songs to play. But it happened. So anyways, the second character I made, I had less investment in, and I made just I want to say dumb, but he had a lot of character. His name was Blod, B-L-O-D, and he was a warrior, barbarian. He was great. I loved it. I think they did. I think they were hinting at it, you know, like, yeah, maybe I need healing. I was like, I'm about to die. I need healing. Just, you know, it was like our second time playing. It was okay. But Blod was great because anytime it was like the team was like talking through like way too much, like, well, we have this door, what should we do? Maybe we could, you know, like in game, like take a long time. I'd just be like, all right, Blod kicks down the door. Here we go. We're doing it. So that's you. That's you, Wim. You're the 811. So if you have at least 4 X's in dexterity, sorry, side note, I need a whole nother thing of like the fireside, but it's people snoring as I'm telling a long story. Arg! If you have at least 4 X's in dexterity, you get to mark 1 empty space X. Mark an X in 1 empty space in the 1 or 2 imp. Joyful tambourine of death. That's it. Well, here's the thing. I got in another group. Well, we still play with our crew. But I had a friend from college who moved to the area. And so then he invited me to come play with him. It was actually a bunch of pastors playing D&D, which was a delight. And so I just brought Grizzly back. I just ran him back, and it was fun. It was fun. So he got to tell more of his story. All right, 1, 2. If you have at least 4 X's in dexterity, you get to mark a 1 in the 1 or 2 area, a 1X in there. And then intelligence, guess what? You're a wizard, you're smart. If you have at least 4 X's in intelligence, come to the 3 and 4, and you get to mark 1X in one of those. Choose one space to mark. Cool, an empty space. So don't get any bonuses from that. Here's what I would like your gut reaction. Yes, thanks, JoJo. I say empty space. The purpose of saying an empty space is a non-bonus, non-bone space. But you may mark a gray space. Yeah. Yeah, the intent, I don't know if that is clear enough. Maybe I should let me add that here. I noticed a typo here earlier, so I need to update. You may mark a gray space. There is, man, folks that write rules, that do it professionally, mad respect for them. There is an art to it. So, I want to hear your gut reaction to how you feel about this. Also, if you scored less than 100 points in room 5, the last room, so if you scored less than 100 points in room 5, gain a choose any imp bonus. Claire says, it's extra funny for me as I was listening to a podcast today and they were talking about how Satanic Panic in the 80s was party blamed on D&D. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's wild, that stuff. Just all the fear and all the, folks that didn't know what to do with it. And when D&D is this amazing storytelling game, yeah. It's fascinating, and the gut reaction that people have to that stuff too. I played Magic the Gathering growing up. There was that stuff too. Yeah, I'm with you, Wim. It's more of a challenge. That's right. If you do well. So how do you feel about a catch-up mechanic for that? Because some folks, there's a thing about bonuses is like win more. You just keep winning, And if you won, guess what? You get another bonus. You like the challenge win. So if you scored less than 100, gain a choose any imp. And that'll catch us up. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Peebles. You're right. It is mainstream now. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's true. It's true. D&D's awesome. Oh my gosh. I love the first time. I got a lot of asides. What's my aside? Gather around. The first time I played D&D with our crew. Well, actually, our first RPG we ever played was the Star Wars Edge of the Empire. We'd heard about it. We listened to podcasts. And then we finally got down and played it. It was so memorable. And the way we told stories about it is, you talk about a game. Oh, remember that time we were playing Catan and I monopolied all your brick away? Yeah, and then I won and you hated me? Yeah, that was funny. You talk about the game mechanisms in it. But when you talk about an RPG, it was like, do you remember when when you discovered that all the Wookiee fur in the ship, and then we had to bury it, and then you went and the way you tell it, it's less of it's like you lived it. Oh my gosh, lots of fun. If you hadn't ever had a chance to play an RPG, and you ever get a chance to do it. There's so many good ones out there. So much of it is the folks you're around with too, just having a good time. All right, enough asides. Are we going to play a game today? No, I got 12 more stories to tell you. We recently got into one-shots. There's a great podcast called One Shot. Peebles, first edition D&D back in '84. Oh my gosh, I'm impressed. That's so fun. The folks that have been playing a continuous game for many, many years with the same folks, I'm just like, that is really neat. That's really fun. We got into one-shots though, like holiday one-shots, so like around Christmas time or Halloween. We'll do just like in that one setting, in that one session, you're going to tell the whole story. It's going to be done. And they have a lot of different content out there to do that. And it's fun because you get less attached to your character. There's kind of this like, are we gonna, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be put in such danger. I'm not going to do a dangerous thing. I'm going to stay safe because I want my character to live. All of a sudden, when your character's story is going to be done by the end of the night, you're doing more lavish things. You're like role playing more, and people are getting into it and improvising more. And we've had a lot of fun, and a lot of epic, memorable, over the top things have happened, which is just a delight. So, all right, any questions? We're going to roll here. Thanks for the update. Reminder, Chantel. Me, I wasn't even alive then, just saying. JoJo was 3 years old. Very well preserved Victorian. All right, crew, let's jump in. Here's roll one. First played in 2019, Claire. Excellent. Very cool. Here's our first roll. It's a 2-5. 2-5 for roll one. I'll talk through my moves here. So, do I grab the bone right away? Thank you. I forgot to zoom out. Thank you, crew. Y'all have my back. Here we go. There, I think that's right now. Excellent. Thank you, guys. You all are on it. You weren't playing from the crib. You know, we did the My Little Pony RPG with my girls. And they got into it. I've got too many stories about these RPGs. Rosa wasn't quite into it. Like, she was kind of hesitant to play. But her pony, her character pony, Harper and I were down stuck in a cavern and we needed help up. And Rosa was role-playing. She was like an artist, a creative pony. And so she was like drawing in real life, but her pony was drawing in the story. And we were like yelling up to her from this cavern, help us, save us, throw us a rope. And she was like, I can't, I'm drawing. So we had to figure out a way to get up. It was so funny. Oh, we've already got a bone. Oh, I forgot to tell you too. Our community goal is the bonuses. So if you get a bonus, you can do Command Imp. And that will queue us up. And you'll be good to go. So if you snag a bonus, you can get going. I'm going to do a 5 here and a 2 here. I'm going to get that bone. Got to get that bone. How do I get it though? Which shape is the best? I could just get a bonus right now too. A bone and a bonus. It's not moving me ahead at all though. I'm going to do this. We also found on Thursday night, excellent. I have a lot of silly imps to do. All right, you ready? Here's our first one. Well done, JoJo. I saw a figure set for My Little Pony RPG the other day. Oh, really? Oh, there are figures for him? Our friend wrote a story about their character's journey as we played last time. Yes. I love it. So I'm going to do this. We found that if you draw the shape first and then fill it in with X's, it is a little easier. Whatever is helpful for you, in all honesty. I'm going to go ahead and mark my bone. The bone's only worth 1 in this room, and I heard some reaction to that. It should be worth 2, I think, for some folks. All right, Peebles. Here you go, buddy. Yeah, I bet they would like it. I think it's called Tales of Equestria. There's a put it in the. I think it's actually Tails, like Tails. I think it's this. An imp just flew across the screen. Was it blue or was it green? You'll never know. Here, I need to get an imp in here too. Oh no, I got a bone, not a bonus. You imp whim. Whim you imp. You imp whim when you get a bonus. So it's easy to get them this go, but it's 6 per person is the goal. You can get more than that or less than that. We'll make it work. Okay, so I got my bone. I feel like I need a song for that. All right, roll 2. Don't forget your special bonuses over here as well. If you are the wizard and you get your, which is I think my favorite of all the bonuses, the alternate reality. Let me know. I've got 2 extra dice here I can roll for you. Or if you want to roll your own, you can do that as well. 4, 6 for roll 2. 4, 6. Let's go down to here, the 6 area. And let's, I want a bonus. I need a bonus. I'd like a bonus. Got this unique shape. Actually, these shapes aren't great. I think I'm going to change it. I'm going to do the 4 area. And I'm going to do the W. These polyomino games, pentominoes, I feel like some of the shapes I start to love. This may sound weird. Like I'm forming a friendship with these different shapes. Claire got an imp. All right. I got one too here for us. Oh, Wham. Wham, you're not a wimp. All right. Good job, Peebles. Here's another one. I got one too. Finish my coffee here. All right. We got a good go here. Do you know in was that high school? No, that was middle school. Was it? It was geometry. I had a teacher. She was a great teacher. You know, we have a great teacher that like really inspires you. You know, she was one of those teachers. She's a great teacher, and she gamified geometry, and we played this pentomino game. I think it was called Pentominoes. It was just a game that she had, I guess, done over the years. Hey, Jojo. All right, friend. Here you go. That she had done over the years, and it was like a 2-player, a 1v1, and you had literal shapes, the pentominoes, and you had to play, you drafted them. It was actually, I mean, at the time, it was ahead of its time. You drafted the pieces first, going back and forth, and then you took turns playing them, and then you would, if you ever couldn't play, you lost. And I forget the size of the grid. It may have been a 5x5, maybe 7x7, but I think that started my love of polyominoes back then. So when I play some of these pieces, I'm reminded of, because you could kind of block off a zone. The W was great. If you got the W and the Facebook like, the 6, you could block off a corner and have a piece just for yours. All right. I'm chatting it up today. Roll 3 is a 2-5. Well, I think we could go down to this area. I really want to use this, though, for that area, because then we could get that bonus. So maybe we go up to the 2 zone. Yeah. And here's what I was trying to say. You think Timpy is your fave? Look at that guy. He's like, yeah. The sound effects are my daughters and Lauren. We just recorded a bunch of silly imp sound effects and I sped them up. So some of them are them here. All right, I'm doing this up here. This shape, I don't know what you call this one, but it's the most unique, most different, has become my favorite because it fits in places that only it will fit. So clutch. So let's do it like this. I didn't say this, but you can mirror and flip and spin these pieces around any way you would like. Now we'll grab an imp bonus. Got that bone. Yeah. Here's a bone party. So I also, Patchwork Doodle. Y'all play Patchwork Doodle a lot with M. Peebles. And I love how you draw and like add extra to it, make it look so pretty. One of my favorites in that is the cutting a piece in half, and then you use the half of it that you like, that you can cut a piece. I think it's great. I want to explore that more. So that's what this X reminds me of. Add an X. So I did 2 of these spots. Whatever you like to do along the way here as well, as you mark and as you do it. Who's going to do the first Dice in the Darkness themed Patchwork Doodle? Bum, bum, bum. There you go, Love Meeples. I love that. So room 8 is a polyomino room also. And it's actually, I'm spoiling too much, but it's like a backwards paleontologist. And it's a very different game because of that. Polyominoes. You can do so much with polyominoes. Here's roll 4. Some people hate them. It's a love it or hate it. Because some people's brains just don't quite work that way, with the spatial reasoning. I get that. And so with all these different polyomino games, we're like, oh, great, another polyomino. I know, spoilers. I can't say another word. I can tell you, I mean, if y'all want to know. Let's see. 1, 5. Let's go down to the 5 zone again. I love this shape, this long stretch. I'm going to put it right here because this makes it so that I can finish the 5 zone if I get the right shapes. I can finish it with 2 more shapes. Yeah, best games have those shapes. Cartographers did such a good job with it. I love it. Silver and Gold uses it too. They're great. It'll be interesting to see in the years ahead how much stuff comes out more and more. I think there'll be another one that is just, takes that over the top. So it was good. Any imps this round? 1, 5. I would love 2, 5 or 3, 5. Yeah, Claire. Here we go. We're at 9 already. We're doing good. Yeah. I have room 9, and room 9 is going to be completely different. That's right, I did. I'm sorry. Wim, you got another imp. Well done. Thank you. I know, I keep looking at it. I might as well just show you all room 9 because it's not going to be this anymore. It's a completely different room. It's completely different. And the version that I have here is it's one of those, it's like, it's fine. Play with my game group probably about a month ago now. Our design group. It was kind of like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, JoJo's saying, how long did you work on all the rooms? It's funny. Here, let me roll. We can keep chatting. This is roll 5. A 5 and a 6. Ooh, maybe I'll use a 6. We'll see. it really all started with room 1, that battle system, the back and forth, which is a lot like Slay the Spire. And that was a starting point back in October, I think. I had another, it was like Rogue and Right was the main starting point of monsters that you're fighting together. I may come back to something like that. You know, Rogue Lights are, you know, your character dies and you restart and they're really brutal, like Spelunky or games like that. So I wanted to try to implement that. Rogue Legacy, I think, is one of the better ones too. Video games. And so it was like, what would a board game look like that? A roll and write game, and defeating monsters, very much like Slay the Spire-esque, kind of in that zone. Well done, JoJo. Got room 5 filled. I'm on my way. I think I need to divert from that strategy. So I'm going to do a 6 and a 5. And I'm going to use my favorite shape here. My new favorite. And look, it's going to be perfection. You see this? Boom, 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 boom. What shape can do that? This shape can. Whim! You know, I have not yet. I have not played Monster Train. I have it. I have an Xbox. And it's on that Game Pass. And so I have it. I need to try it. Yeah, I've heard good stuff about it. I love deck builders. And so Slay is great. Me and a friend are co-designing. He invited me into a design to be able to co-design a deck building game, Elementals, that is Slay the Spire-esque. It's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of potential. A lot of work still to be done on it. I say all that. It was October, I think, for that first room. And that one, I spent a lot of time on back and forth, and then realized that I was going to be doing a longer episodic thing. And then there was actually this room. I can show you some after the game. Let's have a design sesh after this game, and I can talk about where this game came and went and thoughts around it. All right, here's roll 6. I'm very chatty today. Have you noticed that? I'm all about chatting it up. 2-4. I hope you're okay with it, because it's happening. Like it or not. Ooh, I like this a lot. This is good. I'll take this 2-4. And you know, I'm gonna do this unique C shape. And that opens me up to 2 more shapes here, and doing one here, and then one here, and snagging that question mark. Yeah. Imp. Yeah, I love deck builders. It's I feel like I've taken a really copying you. Did you do the same thing? Whim. I've taken a pretty deep dive on roll and writes this past year, and gosh, I love them. I love them. I love them. There's so much love about roll and writes. Like, I sat down with my in-laws, and we played Paleontologist a couple weeks ago. It was after that podcast came out, and they're so sweet. They listened to it. You know, they played games growing up, and they played games with family. Not like hobby games or anything, but you know, they're so sweet. They listen to that whole podcast, you know, and when I'm super deep diving on this stuff, and then they wanted to play Paleontologist. So nice when you sat and played together. And there's something about roll and write. It kind of captures this thing. There's something about writing that engages your brain in a unique way. I love them. So I love roll and writes, and I love deck builders. Like, I could, as long as the deck builder's good, there's not any bad ones I can think of. But gosh, I love deck builders. Like, one of the biggest games we played throughout the pandemic was Dominion. Thanks, people. You're so kind. 2-5 for roll 7. Ooh, halftime. at halftime I need to do my advertisement for for Animals and Espionage. 2-5. Well, this is it. We're doing it. 2-5 is perfection. That's what I wanted earlier, and I would like a 3-5 in a future roll. But this is a great roll. So if you'd like to, you can fill these in as you go. I have 12 now. The idea is that you score the furthest track down. Yep, so I'm that far along. 2-5 is very popular to get this game. Yeah, how about that? There's been 3 of them. There we go, Chantel. Good job. What was I talking about? Deck builders? Ah, yes. Dominion Online. If you like Dominion at all, they have a very, very good implementation of Dominion Online now. That the base game and I think Intrigue are free. Look at y'all. Woo. Those are free versions. You just need to, it's a free account that you log into. And then if you want access to like all of them, you pay like a monthly fee. You know, you can commit to a month or more. It opens up to the whole catalog. But it's implemented really well. And me and my friends throughout the pandemic, we played every week because we couldn't be in person. And we played a lot of Dominion. And gosh, I love Dominion. I love Dominion. Can you imagine designing a game that no one has done that mechanic before? Deck building? Like making that up and getting so many things right. Like Donald, I don't know how to say his last name, Vaccarino, I think. He like got so many things right with it, with the balance of it, with silver and gold, and then to me, I just am amazed at that. And to build an engine, a system that you can continue to just add to, and that was exploded, and deck building is used in so many games now. Yeah. Love Meeple says we never really got into Dominion, and there's a thing about Dominion that if I play Dominion now with, oh my gosh, y'all are amazing, all these imps. Chantel, I think you may need to do it one more time. And a bone. Wow. I'm just going to send all the imps. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Just a big old imp party. So there are so many deck building games now. And there are a lot of deck building games that have, I don't know, fixed. Have just innovated on it. Like Ascension was such a great deck building game that had attack and buy. The Mystic or the Ruins that you could spend. And, it just is great. And it's great. I love deck building games. Yeah, so it's tough to go back to Dominion. There's a nostalgia factor for me also. I remember the first time I played it, we were up in Ohio visiting my brother, pre-kids, and he introduced it to us. It was at Christmas time, and then he actually had got it for us to take home, but we played with him all weekend. It was just so great. I think that Bone Guy could. Look at y'all go! It's wild. We have not rolled a 3 yet. Okay, roll 9. 1 and 1. This is wild. What if we never roll a 3? Well, is it time to mix it up? I could change a die to a 5. When a 3 shows up, that's when I need to do that. I could do Rising Anger. Nah, that's not. Sure, we're going to do 1-1. And I'm going to snag that bonus. Snake Eyes. There's a bonus. I'm going to do Choose Any Shape. We have Imp Parties. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all are impressive. we're moving right along here. Oh, yes, thank you. Fort is great. Clank. Oh, wow, Clank. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. Love me, you know that. You don't need me to tell you it's okay. Try the. Also, we are ruined uh, with the online version because it's so good and it's so fast. It's so efficient that yeah. If you want to try it again, just pull that out and then see if that works because it just is so. It's a great implementation. We hit halftime. It's time for my plug. Oh, Star Realms. Yes, Star Realms is awesome. Yeah. Star Realms, Hero Realms is great too. By the same folks. All right, here we go. I still know the point. Hey, I have a Kickstarter that's running right now. I'm not running it. Twin City Games is running it. Cody at Twin City Games. But this is a game I made, designed. It's called Animals and Espionage. You are spies and you are trying to recruit an animal and you're trying to send secret super agents to the other player. It's like a heads up. Thank you. It is advertising. Free advertising. Hashtag ad. You are trying to send your secret agent to the other player. They're trying to send their secret agent to you. You're trying to recruit a certain animal. There's a double agent that is face up. It's an I split you choose game. And you basically draw 5 cards, split them into 2 piles, and then one of those cards you give to the other player. They take that card and they put it into one of the piles, and then they take one of the piles. And then at the end of the game, it's whoever has the most points. At the very end, too, you get to bid. You try to bid on what the other player's recruit is. Thanks. Peoples, you're so kind. Yeah, the price point is wild on this game. I was telling Cody, it is. There's a lot of game in this box for $14. It's just 2 players. It is a game that is perfect to take on the go, and it's a really good bluffing game. This started as a game called Factor Fiction Fruit. I love Magic, and there's a card in Magic the Gathering called Factor Fiction, which is you draw 5 cards, your opponent splits them into 2 piles, and then you choose one of the piles. And I just was thinking, what if there was just a whole game around this mechanic? And it started out as like fresh fruit and super fruit and rotten fruit. And my girls, we would just play it, and it was fun. It was this fun, cute little game. And Cody, he's in our design group, and he was like, "Hey, this seems like something right up my alley." And so he really took it the extra mile and helped develop. And the theme with spies is just really puts it over the top. It's fun. Oh, this weekend I got to play it all weekend on Friday and Saturday at All Shucks for stuff, and gosh, it's fun. Cody and I were. It's funny how the meta develops. So the game's played very quick. About a 10-minute game, and you really get to scratch this itch of that. I knew that there was something here when Rosa and I were playing, and she's 6 now, and she was learning how to bluff. So she split it into 2 piles, and you could tell that she really wanted something that I didn't know about. And so as I put my hand over one, she was like, and like, not realizing you were showing me. And then I put my hand over the other, and she was like, go back and forth. Gosh, it's fun. So it's a great little game. So check it out on Kickstarter. Hey, I think I can do a thing. I should probably do that. Kickstarter, maybe? Yeah, there it is. Check it out. Thank you for letting me do a plug. Someone got nightbotted. I don't know who that was or who it is, but if you're well-intentioned, I'm sorry. It didn't work. Let's go back to the table. Y'all are so kind. That was wild, all those imps. Thank you for backing it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we're on roll 10. Roll 10. 2 and a 4. Still no 3s rolling here. Still not a single 3. Well, I think I'm going to do 2, 4. And I'm going to do this shape, the long L. That'll at least get us up to the next point threshold and also get us some imps, some imp action. And do this. You can spend multiples of this bonus also in the same turn, if that was not clear. Woo, Jojo. Way to go, Jojo. Yeah, also Cody's big into pins. And I don't know if you've been to Disney and they have all those fun pins. That's starting to become a thing at conventions. Pin Bazaar, Pin Arcade, Penny Arcade, I think. So I guess that as you didn't say, I cannot get it shipped to your house, Joe. I can, folks that are out of the country, we can work out. If you really, we can make it work. It's difficult from Cody's side of, once you open it up, that's where you can really get caught in a Kickstarter with shipping all around the world, and he's working with distributors and that kind of stuff. So, but if you please message me, and we'll make sure that you can get a copy of it in some way. Also, there is a print and play available too, if that is a thing. It's not. He's getting it manufactured through Panda, so they're the best. The game looks amazing. Do you? It's an underground world. It's a whole underground world there. So he did this for Dino Dunk, his first game. 1-2 for a roll 11. For his first game, he did these pins for Dino Dunk. They look awesome. And he's doing it as part of the Kickstarter too. I got to see him in person yesterday. They look so good. They look like a Disney pin. It's amazing. Panda's doing these pins now, and it's really cool. It's really cool. 1-2. What's our plan? There's that 2. We could stretch. We could. Yeah, we're gonna do 1-2. No. Here's a better play. We're gonna do 1-2 like this, and we're going to put this shape up here. Now remember, these don't have to touch. All right, so I'm putting it like this, and that gives us another bonus. We get to choose any imp that fills in here, here, and here, which is great news. Holy moly! I got an imp also. Here's your imps. These imps are wild. Do you know this room reminds me the most? I don't know if you've seen this movie, Labyrinth. It's one of my all-time favorites. I have it sitting over there on the shelf. I grew up loving Jim Henson, was obsessed with Jim Henson growing up. We watched Labyrinth all the time, quoted a bunch. Which way do you want to go, up or down? Or, what's that cute little caterpillar at the beginning? If he'd gone that way, he'd have gone straight to that castle. So good. Anyways, the imps remind me of some of the silliness in Labyrinth, of like those big red guys who take off their heads and are just wild, or like the trivia, the Fireys, yeah, those guys. Oh, y'all know it, Or the 2-4 for roll 12. Or those 2 characters that are asking the questions. One of us lies all the time. One of us tells the truth, and one of us always lies. Dark Crystal, now that y'all have been talking about it. Love it. I never watched the Netflix Dark Crystal. How was that? Yeah, where is Mac? Hope they're doing all right. 2-4, so we could potentially finish. We don't have the right shape. What's our 2 section doing here? Here, this actually is good. No, this is bad. No, this is good. We're going to do this shape, and we're going to spend one of our plus X's. So So we're going to do this wild shape here. We're going to spend this bonus to add an X. Do you see how that works? And that gives us, we finish imp 2. Now let me talk strategy real quick with you. Well, very good, very good. Look at y'all. If you finish an imp, you may want to pick up this choose any imp, or make sure that you have some of your special powers left to use. Because if a double is rolled and it's of that imp, you just have no choices. So just plan carefully, because that very well. I could roll a double 2 right now, 2 2s, and I have choose an imp, and I have these available to switch. But if you don't, then you're just kind of stuck adding more X's to an imp you've already finished. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Roll 13. 4 and a 4. Speaking of which, 4 4. Well, I think I'm going to do choose any shape. Or you know what? I need to spend some of these. I'm going to spend my, I'm going to do pumped up. So I'm going to change this 4 into a 6. So that lets me do this really cool W shape. I finish imp 4. Well done. If you can't place a die, you will do one of these. So it would be rare that you have completely filled a zone. Nice, 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 nice. I think that they're really, I don't know if there's ever a case where you would not be able to place at least one square somewhere. And so say I have no bonuses, say 4-4 is rolled again, and I can't play these 2 shapes. I literally can't. They don't fit there. I would have to then choose a 1 square or 2 square. Yeah. Whim. Well done. Y'all, we got this. We got this. Y'all are bonus fanatics. You got it. I haven't even pulled my weight. I haven't got my 6th yet. All right, roll 14 is a 6 and a 6. Let's see how we can connect some stuff. Ugh. This is okay. No, this is good. I'm going to do that fun W shape again. I think this is going to put us over the top. Gives another bonus. We've connected up to, we've done 3 dots. Peebles! When did I give you an imp? There you go. Here's another one for you. Well done. I have one to put in. I don't want to be all selfish, like I've been holding off and putting it in to be the last one. There we go, Whim. Yeah, it's time for, y'all. We did it. Community goal completed. Woo-hoo-hoo! All the imps. Look, I'm going to go away and go back, and all the imps will go crazy. You ready? Maybe. Yeah! To celebrate. We need, like, party music. Imp party. All the gifs. All the gifs. We're doing it. Some random person's like just dropping by on Twitch like, oh, I like board games. What's this? What is going on here? Never to be seen or heard from again. Roll 15. 2 and a 6. 2 6. Well, our 2 areas done. So we're looking at the 6 zone down here, which is okay. We could snag that. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. So I'm going to do 2 6. I'm going to do this unique shape, that C, and I'm going to spend this extra X right here. We'll get another bonus too. I'm going to get this extra X. So we're on our way. Poor 3. Look at this guy. We haven't rolled a single 3 yet. So I need to change the dice out. Oh my gosh, what's our imp? We're going to get that new imp high score. Is it these dice? That was the thing. You know, you can like, with that Star Wars Imperial Assault game, people are crazy once there's competition. Once people cheat. There's always people that'll cheat in a competition. A very small percentage of folks do it. They ruin it for everyone else. But there was one side on this D6 for Star Wars Imperial Assault, which was an X-Man, they called it. It was an X, and it was an auto miss. No matter what it was on the Jedi die. No matter what it was, if they were ready to kill you, if it was a whole bunch of attack, if you rolled that X, it was an automatic miss. And so people would put their die in the microwave and microwave it for a certain amount of time to weight the die, like to melt it, so that it was more likely to land on that. Isn't that wild? So I'm worried about my dice. If we don't roll a 3, the odds of not rolling a 3, 18 rolls, is actually pretty rare. Roll 16 is a 1-2. Here we are still. 1-2. Isn't that wild? Yeah. Oh, wow. You know, in the Magic scene, in any competitive CCG collectible card game, the things that people do is wild. The types of cheating. If there's money involved, people do that wildness. Oh, you got the second imp done. Well done, JoJo. And even when there's not money involved, just people, man, it's sad. For me, if you cheat, it ruins it. It just ruins the whole experience. So I really want to finish 5. I really want to do something with 3. Let's do choose any imp. And we're going to add something here to this guy. So I'm changing this 1 into a 3. I would like to do this C shape. Yeah. Let's do that. Love meeples. Wow, 1, 5, and 6 are done. Are there any more bonuses than the 4 of each? Nope, just those. And so if you can get all the bonuses and you could fill all those. Which I guess theoretically, if you had less than 100 last game and you get all the bonuses, which would be pretty hard to do, you would be out 1 bonus. Crew, I'm so sorry I forgot this one very small rule. If you look right here at the end of the game, any unused bonuses are worth 1 point. Okay? I didn't say that, so I'm sorry if you're spending your bonuses willy-nilly here. If you have any left over, everyone that is unused, that is uncrossed out, that you gained, is worth 1 extra point. So, changes everything. Wim like rips his paper. I'm done! I've had it! 2-6. Y'all, we are about to have... Oh. We're about to have a streak of no 3s. That's pretty wild. Well, we can finish 6 down here, theoretically. 2's done. 2 is done, man. I'm done with 2. I think we finished 6. We'll do this fun shape. We did it. We connected all the dots. Any math folks out there? Percentages? What are the odds of not rolling a 3? 36 times. The odds right now Every roll, you know, but it's not, it's a very small percentage. We're going to play the lotto. What if we roll 2 3s? This happened with another room one time. Roll 18. This is it. The last roll. 1 4. Good question. Love Meeples, do you get all the points or do you score the highest? You score the highest. So right here I've X'd these. You're gaining the one that furthest along on the track. So it's 3, 7, or 12 points you will score for each one. You don't score 22 if you get them all. You just would score 12. Well, it happened. Can you believe it? We've done 4. I think I'm going to spend some things. I'd like to finish 5, so I'm going to do Rising Anger. Yep, this is good. This is fine. This is fine. Increase a die by 1. So I'm going to increase this. Am I doing it right? Yeah, I'll just change one of the dice to a 5. So I can put it here. And then I'm going to choose any shape. And I'm going to do a 3. So I can do this fun shape and fit it right into here. That finishes that, which I'm very happy about. And I get another bonus. I have a lot of bonuses left over. I have 4 leftover bonuses. Pretty wild. Wow, you have already done scores. I got another bonus too. Let's do it. Imp, 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 imp. Y'all are fast. On the score tree, yeah. After the game, we need to keep rolling until we get to 3. Let's do it. We'll do that. Forgot to mark 2 bonuses. Ah, mark them. Get your points. All right. We will do a 3 roll-off to see how many times, and we'll keep track. It's all good, Claire. No worries. You're doing great. No worries. This is a bummer. I made a mistake with these 2 that I didn't score at all on those. 0, 0. If you have already, I'm about to count all my score, but if you've scored, the other thing you have to do is, if you notice in this little tiny corner in each imp, there's a little thing that says X's. Count every X that you have marked for each imp. That impacts the story. Okay, so for this imp I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? For this imp I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so count that for each one. There is. Proof. Proof. Prove you're not a robot. All right, 2, I got 12, 3, 0, 4, 12, 5, 12, 6, 12, and 4 and 1. The pre-printed X's do not count, so only X's that you have marked. Yep. Good question, Jojo. Jojo, you are doing great with questions. I appreciate all of them. I had 53. I think I did that right. All right, let me count these X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, a lot. 20. I really filled a lot in the 4. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I did a lot in the 5 also. Oh my. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Whew. How'd we do? I had 53 was my total. Jojo rocking 68. I think you got that high score. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. So we have some story to do. We have some rolling of 3s to do. What do you want to do first? We're going to roll until we get 3s. Ready? Here's first roll. 1, 2, 3. This is wild. The 4th roll. Double 3s. So how many was that? That was the 22nd roll. 21 rolls without rolling a 3. 42 times, no 3. And then we hit double 3s there. It's pretty wild. Did you really do 3? Oh, wow. Are you a wizard? So you got to do that. Chantel, well done. 51, 61. Y'all are doing great. Okay. So, let me see. Here's our bonuses for this room. If you scored 1 to 52, you get 3 campaign points. I scored 53. If you scored 53 to 62, you get 4 campaign points. Sorry, I misspoke. 4 campaign points. And if you scored 63 or more, which is just a couple of us, not me. That may just be JoJo. Love Meeple's got 63. Woo! Well done. JoJo, what was the secret? Maxing out as many as possible. You get 5 campaign points. And we got our community goal. There's no place to mark it, so I like to mark just a star. So you get 1 skill point for your community goal. You get 1 for each of your campaign score. So I have 5 to spend. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, 5. I want that Berserk Surge so bad. We have an attack room coming up. The warrior skill tree is not as generous as the wizard skill tree, is what I've learned. I guess I need to get this throwing axe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna be swifty. 1, 2. I got a throwing axe. Yeah, the balance. We will theoretically fill all of our skill trees. So that's the problem. There's some thoughts with that. We have some thoughts. So this room started. Oh, let's not get to that. I need to do story. So here's the thing that we need to check. This is fun. Look at this. This is the last page. These are our different story tracks, diverting stories. So here's what you have to do. Whichever imp had the fewest X's is the imposter. Read the story of that imp. If there's a tie between 2 imps, choose one. So whichever imp had the fewest X's. So I had, for my 2 imps, my fewest are 1 and 3. So I'm going to choose one. Do I want it to be Mimpy or Zimpy? I'm going to choose Mimpy. It's Mimpy. I knew it. It was Mimpy the whole time. Tell me who yours was. Blimpy? We've got a Blimpy to read. Mimpy. I knew it. Mimpy. Mimpy. It's like a lineup. It's like we're like the witnesses. It was Mimpy. Okay, I'm going to read it for us. Sorry. I know. No 3. I wonder how that happened. We all know what happened. No 3s were rolled. Here we go. You pace back and forth with your arms behind your back, really embracing this new detective role you have taken on. You can almost hear a film noir soundtrack playing in the background. I have determined who is the imposter among us. The one who actually knows the right way. You turn your back to the imps, adding that extra flair of theater. You pause as you can feel the imps holding their breath, nervous yet excited. You dramatically turn back and raise your arm, pointing directly at... I'll read it for each one of us. Pointing directly at... Mimpy! Mimpy cries out in confession. I know where it went, it is true. That Shroomer is the one to pursue. Door number 3 is where it ran through. But that monster also stole my kazoo. Will you, dear hero, rescue that too? Who was the other one? Blimpy? Let's read Blimpy's. You ready? You dramatically turn back and raise your arm, pointing directly at Blimpy. Blimpy cries out in confession. I know where it went. It's true that Shroomer is the one to pursue. Door number 4 is where it ran through. But that monster also stole my toy canoe. Will you, dear hero, rescue that too? Y'all, let me read Nimpy, number 6. This one's so silly. It is. It's just like Clue the film. Bum, 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 bum. Or what about this? Or maybe it happened like this. You dramatically turn back and raise your arm, pointing directly at Nimpy. Nimpy cries out in confession. I know where it went. It's true that Shroomer is the one to pursue. Door number 6 is where it ran through, but that monster also stole my fork. All the imps look at Nimpy with a puzzled look. Nimpy didn't rhyme? Nimpy shrugs. Rhyme is not really my thing. Here's the last bit for everybody. You quickly exit through the imp imposter's numbered door. It's time to catch these Shroomers and settle the score. Oh no, not me too. Here we go, crew. We did it. We did it. All right. Happy Room 6, Imp Imposter. This room started out of a love for that game Among Us. I don't know if you've played that yet, but wanted it to be like one of us. There was an imposter among us. And it started out in some silly ways and ended up here. So, hey, I'd love to hear your thoughts on order of where does this rank with other rooms? Thumbs up, thumbs down. And you know what it really is time for. A survey. It's time for a survey. It's time, if you dare. So you can go to that link and fill out a survey. All of that info is super helpful for me of balancing and also like if you liked a room or not. You know, some rooms are not people's jam, and it's great. It's great to hear that. You know, it's great to hear what they liked and what people didn't like. And so that's just a space for you to do that if you're up for it. At the very end of the survey, because I'm going to be doing a drawing this afternoon for a couple folks for the next room. And if you want to be entered in that drawing, you can put your email there. The only reason the email is there is for me to add you to every single spam list I can think of. No. The only reason the email is there is just for those that win, for me to reach out to you. Because the couple winners, kind of like how we did with the gnomes, with the names, is there's going to be some minions in the next room. And I want to kind of make them how you want them to be. So the couple people, you can model that minion after yourself, or after someone you love, or someone you hate, or you can make it however you want to. But the idea is just a fun extra thing of interaction there. So no pressure. If you actually don't fill out the survey at all and just put your email in and enter the drawing, great, live it up. If you want to only fill out the survey and not put your email, great, live it up. If you want to not fill out the survey at all, great, don't feel any pressure to do so. It's just the fun extras here of as we're going through it together. Was there anything else we're going to do? Did I talk about all the things? We did this, we did that. We need to talk about you're officially surveyed. Thank you. All right, Games for Good. Let me talk about this real quick. We've been featuring this nonprofit for the past couple weeks. Stop AAPI Hate. Stop Asian American and Pacific Islander Hate. You can go to their website, which is a great resource. I believe, let me do Games for Good. Maybe that'll show up this way. Yep. Ooh, I didn't update it. Well, that's another Game for Good that you can go to. But they're doing great work, important work. It's a way for us to come alongside our Asian brothers and sisters, especially during this time. A lot of hate crimes have happened, and so just wanted to highlight that nonprofit and all the great that they're doing. All right, so I'm not thinking, just face. This has been a great time. Thanks y'all for joining in. So next week is a battle room. Tune in next week. I feel like I need that at the end of it. Tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Room 9. This room 9 I have on the wall will never be seen. What are you saying? Only 4 more rooms. That's right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. People said, I'm looking forward to season 2 of Dice in the Darkness, rooms 11 to 20. So, when the Shroomers steal your cat. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But I will say, if I could go back in time, I would say do 5 rooms. 10 is, we're on the journey. We're on the journey now. But man, 10 rooms is a lot. It sounds fine on the front end. Revenge of the Shroomers. You get to play the Shroomers. Ooh, it's the story from you're the one taking the dog. Ooh, that might be weird. Maybe that's a thing. I do think the next roll and write project I want to work on is this the Wright brothers. That sounds super boring. Is it boring? I'm into it. Is a short run of these of roll and writes that are maybe 3, 4, 5 rooms. Yeah, that's right, Jojo. Part of it is the filling in the character. Yeah. The dog is the Shroomer's prophesied hero. All hail, dog. Yeah, what if we get there and the dog is actually now the king or the queen and is ruling over the Shroomers? It's like C-3PO and the Ewoks. That's something. Yeah, I have a couple ideas of what I want to do for some streams in the future. One of the streams after Dice in the Darkness, I want to do a design stream. Thank you, Wim. Thank you, all you dear friends that filled out survey. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge all of you that did it. Told you all the dog is the baddie. That'd be a good twist. Your campaign track can be a plane made out of squares. The end of each wing tip to each side would have the upgrades. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm thinking about their journey from Ohio to North Carolina, Kitty Hawk, and the different parts of their journey could be a roll and write page. And so their time in Ohio, and they had a bike shop and their first tests. I think that could be a page. I think a page of traveling down to North Carolina. There could be some things of that. Their relationships with some of their family, their sister. I think there's some space there to tell that story. Obviously, I think the trials, and then leading up to the eventual major long distance flight. Visit all the weird tourist attractions. Yeah, I think there could be some fun. I don't know, historical roll and write. I don't know if that's interesting or not. I'm intrigued by it. But that has me down this track of like Super Dice Heroes, maybe like a three room where it's beginning, middle, end story of taking a character through a short run. Something that you could play in one sitting also. So it would kind of be, if you knew how to play, it would be about an hour to play through all 3 rooms pretty quickly. I say rooms, but kind of 3 trials against this villain. I've been playing some Marvel Champions, so that's kind of on my mind also with it. That's interesting. Oh, but one of the streams I want to do coming up after Dice in the Darkness is a design stream. And the only purpose is just a creative design stream for us to design a game together. I would have a couple prompts. I'd have some polls. Yeah, the Wright Journey. Ooh, I like that. Some current design names for the Wright brothers are Roll and Write, Roll and Write, W-R-I-G-H-T, a Roll and Flight game, Roll and Flight, a Wright brothers, I don't know what, something with that. It's got to be punny, you know. Play Dice in Darkness in one sitting. That would be fun. You know, Duchess had an idea of doing it over several stream of just kind of passing it. Have each person do a couple rooms, or have someone do a room and then pass it to another streamer to do. It could be like a fun day event. Yeah, Roland, you're right. Roland Wright, Roland, with the last name Wright, Wraght, is a game. Yeah, very punny. Roland Wright. So I don't know how you would get around that. I also was thinking about, what if it was, instead of it being the Wright brothers, what if you told the story of two brothers that failed at making the plane? And so it'd be, instead of the Wright brothers, the Wrong brothers. A Roland Wright game, the Wrong brothers. And it's just kind of a silly fantasy play on that. Do you... yeah, sure. If I win the Golden Geek Award, sure, I'll do all the things. Sure, yeah. A 24-hour stream. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. That sounds great, Wim. Gather your votes. Sure, I'll do a 24-hour stream and regret it. Yeah. We'll do paleo deep dive. I think there's some space for paleontologists too, for different holiday themed throughout the year. Oh my gosh, Love Meeples, I would love for y'all to. That would be a blast. That'd be so fun if y'all would be up for it. I don't want to assume, but that would be great. I'd love for y'all to. Thanks for offering. That would be fun. What if we did one per room? 10 streamers? Is that wild? That might be crazy. That would be fun, though. I don't know. Says the guy who designed it. It's easy for me to sit over here and say that would be fun when it wouldn't actually be fun. It'd be cool, though. So one person would be ready for their one room, and you would run this character through all the rooms. Peebles is in. All right, buddy. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Maybe that's a thing. So, let me get back to the design stream idea, though, because I've been thinking more on this. Is in a 2-hour span, you wouldn't play a game, but it would be a full-on design jam, basically. And the purpose of it is not necessarily to make a game that you would pitch or plan to have published. It would just to make a free roll and write game that would be a community-made game. Look at that, would be awesome. Duchess MP, Love Meeples, Meeple Grande, Ambi. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think we could totally do that. So a design jam where at the end of it, we would have the rough skeleton of a game that was voted on, kind of brainstormed, worked on together, and that then I could take that and then turn it into a page, pretty it up a little bit in the best way that I can, and then we'd have a game that we made together. And who knows? It could be good, it could be awful. That's not what, but it's about the kind of the shared experience is what I'm thinking of. I just think that would be a lot of fun. It reminds me of Whose Line Is It Anyway? I'm not a big improv person, but the idea of kind of taking these prompts and what do you do with it? That's fun, Claire. That would be fun. Yeah, to start it off and end it. The Losers have. They're so great. They've played, I know they played Super Dice Heroes a couple times. I think they did Paleontologist one time too. Yeah, so but I think it would be fun to kind of have some, I would come into it not it's not like the thing where you have it already planned and then you pretend to plan it, but would have a couple prompts of well, do we want to have this game be polyominoes? Or do we want to have it be this style of roll and write? Or do we want to have it, how many dice do we roll? And Mark Rosewater, the guy who designs Magic, he talks about that restrictions in game design, they breed creativity. That's his quote. Restrictions breed creativity. So instead of saying the world's your oyster, do whatever you want, if you say, well, what do we do if we only can use 2 dice and half a page? And if you start to set these restrictions, then you design around that. So that's why I was what if we kind of had these polls that we could vote together kind of set these parameters and then just kind of make a game together. Or like we brainstormed a bunch of themes, like crazy themes that there are no games about. And then, okay, let's make a game about that. That's great, Love Meeples. You can have a transition at the end of the stream before the raid into the next with the shroomer running by with the dog. I'm into it. All right, I'm in. I think this would be a blast. I'm in. I'm in. Let's get our list of 10 folks that are up for it. I'm told if y'all are up for it, I'm up for it. I think that would be so fun. I got to finish some of these rooms. They aren't fully done. I've got some spoilers on the wall. And, oh, thanks for the smiles. Y'all, this has been a good time. My goodness. Wow. Time flies. It's 5:02. Do you know what we need to do? We probably need to raid somebody. So, listen, we'll be back next Sunday. Same bat time, same bat channel. It'll be May next Sunday. And bring back your things. Great time. Claire Hype. Y'all are so great. I'll catch you on the stream throughout the week. Can I do some shout outs? I think most of y'all know, but I want to do it anyways. Just because if there are folks that don't, yeah, we need to raid. Do it on like a Saturday and do a 10. That's great. I love that idea. Raid? Where is the Shroomer running with the dog video? We need that. Do a 10-hour day. Yeah, Chantel. Do it on a Saturday. I think that's the way to do it. Peebles, were you on the Dice Tower? Oh my gosh, for real? I missed it. If y'all haven't checked out Meeple Grande too, I just got introduced to them recently. Any other shout outs? Oh, really? Here we are. What did you submit like a video or were they hyping up? Tell us more, Love Meeples. What was it? You know, Roy Canada from Dice Tower. He's a local guy here. Jay's getting a link for us. Thank you, Jay. I need to make it so you can share links. I don't know if you can. I'm sorry, Nightbot has, I think a random rando came in a few minutes ago and tried to share a link, and Nightbot knocked him out. So I don't know if I have it set that you can share a link. Oh, okay. Jay can message me too. Jay, message me. I don't know how to do VIPs yet, so I'm worried that might take too long. All y'all should be VIPs. How does a message come through? I'm such a noob here with Twitch. Chat settings. Here we go. Chat appearance. Clear chat. No way. Review request queue. Manage moderation settings. If Jay messages me, where would it show up? So many things I don't know. Top right, an email looking icon. I have it set as a pop-out, actually speech bubble. Those 3 little dots, it's called a whisper. 26 messages were deleted by a moderator. Sorry, Love Meeples. You got blocked. No. Let me, how can I do it? Oh, here, Love Meeples. Can you whisper it to me? I'm going to try to whisper right now. Nope. We're going to make it happen. We got to see this. We got to see this, crew. Oh, I see it now. I see it. I see it. I got you. It's a Dropbox. It's a PNG of you all. Is that it? So Love Meeples, y'all were on. Can I share a link? Will it go through? So the Love Meeples were on Dice Tower. Is that what it is? Well, congrats. What'd y'all do on Dice Tower? What'd y'all get to do? Were y'all on one of the segments? Look at that shirt. That's a good looking shirt. I just shared the link here. It's a link to a Dropbox picture of Jay and Chantel. And Chantel has the MP Plays shirt on. I love it. I love it. MP, where can you get that shirt? Is that one that is like available? Rock the shirt. Very good. That was great. Thanks for the laughs here. Very good, very good. All right, let me pull up our raid. We got to raid somebody. We got to get our raid on. Ooh, we've got some friends here. We've got the losers that are playing a game. We've got our friends at Rose Gauntlet. They've been doing shucks. Let me pull up Twitch real quick and see who's playing what, and then y'all know Rose Gauntlet yet? We submit to Favorite Game Friday. Very good. Anyone can. We're really not anyone special. That's not true. You are very special. You are very special. You just do it for fun. Okay. Well, there you go. Anyone can do it. Let's see. Our friends at Rose Gauntlet, that's Isaac and Lindsay. They have started a design studio, a publishing, and they are going to make some awesome games. They have a game that's coming out called Keystone. Y'all want to go raid them? They've been doing it all throughout Shucks. You want to raid Loza Palooza? They are doing Codenames on Sunday. TLN After Party. What do y'all think? I will send you where you want to go. Shall I decide? I'm supposed to decide. Yeah, go check that out for the Love Meeples. All right, I'll send you to Rose Gauntlet. These two folks are great. Isaac designed many games, but Dead of Winter, if you ever played that. Yeah, let's go rate them. They're great. They're great folks. Lindsay just made a game that came out. She did through Kickstarter. Labyrinthos, I believe. Good, okay. Well, let's raid them. We can go say hey, all right? Hey, crew, this has been a delight. Thank you. Happy Sunday. So good to be with you. Last time I tried to raid, it didn't work. I think it's going to work this time. All right. We'll see you next time. Okay. Have a good day.